Chapter 51. In a lounge at the Emerald Building. Natasha greeted Dustin. "Mr. Rhys, you're not hurt, are you?" Her eyes scanned him over in worry. "I'm fine." Dustin shook his head and continued, "I've dealt with the twins. What do you plan on doing next?" "Those two were some of Edwin's most useful men. I think he will be very alarmed now that they are dead." "We should take things slow lest we scare them away," Natasha said. She did not want to burn the bridge between her and Edwin. She just wanted to teach him a lesson so he would back down. This was the best option. "All right. It's up to you." Dustin didn't say more. "Oh, yes, you should take cover for the time being. I received news that Trevor's brother, Travis, is back, and he's hunting for the murderer." Natasha's tone and expression turned grave. She would not pick battles with the military. Travis was a general in the war zone. Even she had to think twice before getting on the wrong side of him. "Thanks for the advice. I know what to do." Dustin nodded. The position of general was a very powerful one. To someone ordinary, he held the power of life and death. However, Dustin was not so afraid. Meanwhile, in the Spanner villa, Travis stood by the coffin's side with his eyes closed. Outside the living room, members of the Spanner family knelt on the ground. Everyone had their heads down. Not a word was spoken, and the atmosphere was very tense. Trevor had died out of the blue, the traitor Mason had disappeared, and the murderer was nowhere to be found. The entire Spanner family was reeling from the loss. "General, we've got something." At this moment, an adjutant walked in. "Who is the murderer?" Travis opened his eyes with a bloodthirsty look. "We're not sure who the murderer is. But we've found someone related to him," the adjutant explained. "Be more specific." "According to our investigation, 2 people went to the Dre Group before Trevor's demise. One was the Quine Group's president, Dahlia Nicholson. The other was Hunter Anderson, the president of Swinton's Business Commerce." "You mean they are associated with the murderer?" "Yes. Dahlia, especially, is the key to everything. Edward was crippled because of her. She must know the murderer's identity." The adjutant deduced. "That's right. That bitch ruined me. She has someone good at fighting on her side. They must have killed my father." Edward immediately became agitated. "Gather the troops. Arrest her immediately." Travis stood up and said coldly after ordering. "I don't care who the murderer is. I will destroy his whole family for killing someone from the Spanner family." That evening, the Nicholson family were celebrating Dahlia's newly launched company in a restaurant. "Sis, I'd like to raise a toast to you. I wish you success in the future." James grinned and raised his glass. The rest of them cheered and raised the glasses. "Dahlia, you must be hiring since the company is newly established. I have a niece who's a fresh graduate. Can you arrange a job for her?" "Huh. I almost forgot. I also have a cousin that's recently unemployed. He has 8 years of experience in business management. Dahlia, you should hire him into management. He's sure to help you out." After a few drinks, some women started to chatter. "Hiring is handled by human resources. I usually don't interfere. Of course, if any of you have a suitable candidate, they can always submit their resume," Dahlia responded professionally. The company was very against nepotism, and she would usually avoid matters like this. Of course, if it were unavoidable, she would arrange an idle job for them. "Dahlia, listen to me. I heard that Dustin and Ms. Harmon are very close. If you won't help us, we'll ask Dustin." One of them exclaimed. "HMPH. Dustin is nothing but a gold digger. He's not even fit to be in my sister's shadow." James snorted coldly. "That's right. What can useless trash do for you? Do you really think he could speak up before Ms. Harmon? Stop daydreaming." Florence also added in spite. "Why would they mention that trash to dampen the mood? But I heard Dustin was invited onto the stage at today's opening ceremony, the person added. So what? He didn't even say a single word. It was so humiliating. That's right. It may seem he's living a glorious life now, but he's nothing but a tool. Ms. Harmon will kick him aside when she gets tired of him. Everyone started nodding along. That was right. What did Ms. Harmon see in a person such as Dustin? In the end, he was nothing but a plaything. Once she got tired of him, she would throw him away. By then, Dustin would be worthless. Hard work requires effort. Any man who depends on a woman is useless. The real talented young man is Rhys. James finished and gave Rhys a big thumbs up. Chris's eyes twitched, and he seemed nervous. In the past, he would definitely scoff in contempt of Dustin. However, after witnessing his power today, he felt Dustin was not someone ordinary. All right, let's stop talking about this and eat, Dahlia said, trying to change the topic. She didn't want to hear Dustin's and Natasha's names mentioned. Whenever she thought of the two laughing and talking, she would feel strangely panicked. Quick! Surround this place. No one can leave. Suddenly, there was a commotion outside the door. Immediately, the door was kicked open with a loud bang. A group of heavily armed guards stormed in aggressively. The deadly aura radiating from them made everyone's blood run cold. Who is Dahlia Nicholson? The leading soldier stepped out, his eyes as sharp as a knife.